Well, here we are again. It's been a while, to say the least. But let's see how this goes. What's the worst that could happen, right? I'm going to do this, I think, as a 4-part series for December into January. And I'm going to call it Eric Slays the Season, because why not, right? Fun. Anyway, stupid. Hope you enjoy. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit nerve-wracking doing this again after such a long absence, particularly when so much has changed. I've changed, you've changed, the world has changed. Clearly, my environment has changed. Okay, quick recap, life update. Let's do that first, because I know a lot of people don't follow me on Instagram, but you should, because that's where I tend to post more often. And you can find that here. So I have moved. The rental market in Toronto is absolutely insane. It is now more expensive, I think, than New York, maybe right behind San Francisco. It's ridiculous. So I had to move. Found a great place. There will be a home tour at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that if you're curious. If you don't care, whatever, no harm, no foul. But for those people who are curious, it's here. I changed jobs, not once, not twice, technically 3 times. I started working as a trainer last year in September. I left that position when I felt like I'd run with that as far as I could, and honestly wasn't paying a living wage. Great people, loved the environment, the pay sucked. So had to make a choice. So I went to another job that paid me pretty much double what I was making. And then I left that job in the summer and actually started going independent, and now I'm an independent trainer. I train both online and in-person clients. Yeah, so that is a huge change. So moved, changed jobs 3 times, building a business from scratch. Sorry, I'm very nervous. When I get nervous, I get a little hiccupy, so I feel hiccupy. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I'm sweating, guys. I'm like a nervous wreck. I feel like I'm on a first date again. It's like, oh, first date. Anyway, so yeah, those things have happened. I downsized dramatically. My last place was huge. And it was intentionally so. It was meant to be sort of the comeback place for the agency to recover. And it just didn't. There was absolutely no support from the government for businesses like mine. So that had to go. So letting that go, I've done a lot of work on sort of myself and trying to just keep positive and keep a brighter outlook on what life can be, not the way that it was. So lots and lots of change there. So all that to say, knitting fell by the wayside for a long time. I never got rid of stuff that I loved. I did do a pretty big de-stash when I was moving. Just basically I needed to save the room. I needed the space. So for clothes, frankly. But in case you're curious, there is a little bit in the home tour of what my stash looks like these days. So hopefully you enjoy that too, my journey, because I know a lot of you follow me for a long, long time. And thank you so much for that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support. It means so much. Even when, the days have been, not gonna lie, there have been some bleak and dark days. And every now and again, I'll just have something that'll pop up that just makes me really, really smile. So thank you for that. So why don't we talk just a little bit about knitting. I don't want to go too crazy into this because I'm going to try and keep these short. I have found that when it comes to doing videos, I have talked in the past about how doing YouTube, and specifically around something like a hobby or a craft, if it's not how you're making money, it is a privilege to have the time and the resources to be able to create content. This is not something I do for money. This is not even close to what I do for money. I do this because I really enjoy it and I like connecting with all of you. So how do I put this? I've now found the space and the time, and I've created and carved out that opportunity that I feel like I have the space, both mentally and, not gonna lie, emotionally. Physically, I always had the space, but I didn't have the endurance at the end of the day to be able to do this. So I feel privileged to be able to bring you any kind of content at all. And thank you so much for your patience. Here I'm rambling on. I have no script today, by the way. I'm just winging it. Anyway, I've gotten, I think, really better at looking at generally where the camera is. So yeah, let's talk some knitting, shall we? Well, would you look at that? There's sleeves with no sweater. These are the sleeves that I decided to start with first for the Fort sweater, designed by, I feel like I should be like a genie now, by Brooklyn Tweed's Jared Flood. Quite some time ago, quite a while ago. I've been wanting to make this sweater for ages. I've had the yarn in stash for a long time, and then finally I decided to pull it together and get one done. So the sleeves are now done. It is done in, this is all Brooklyn Tweed shelter in, can you believe I don't remember what the yarn is called? Artifact. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Now, the really cool thing is you actually end up making these super cool elbow patches too. This is in Loft, Brooklyn Tweed Loft in cast iron. These are the colors exactly that the sample was made in. And I loved it. I tend to do that quite often. I really like usually what the sample is. If I like that color, I kind of want the same thing. Anyway, I've done one of these as well because that was good TV knitting, and it's actually pretty dense. So I think that'll be a good little protector for, pointy elbows. So I've got, what is that? Let's call it a third of the sweater done already there. And I have the body, of course. Ta-da! Not a lot on it. I wish there was more because I really want it for Christmas for myself. But honestly, it is so warm in Toronto these days. I don't think I have a prayer of wearing this for a while. I wore my, what did I wear? I wore a sweater out the other day, again in shelter, and I just about died. It was so warm. And I thought it was cold out. Not cold enough. So anyway, I have a sweater that's being worked on. Have I finished any of my other sweaters? Ooh, yes, I did. I finished my ones in floral. Stay tuned. Okay, this has not been blocked because I'm lazy. But it's done. It has a collar. It has one sleeve and another. And it is far too big for me now. It's going to be fun. It'll be oversized. I'll wear it. But as a fingering weight sweater, this is all in Brooklyn Tweed Puri, just like the original sample. See previous comments on how I like to make things exactly the same as the sample. But I really enjoyed the making of it. Will I ever make a black sweater again? Hell no. Not gonna happen. It's beautiful, but the knitting of it, child, no, not doing it. It's too much work. It's too hard on the eyes. We'll never do it again. Never going to do it again. But I can't wait. I actually probably should block this. Maybe I'll block it. It's a nice day. I'll block it today, later. Yeah, watch, see if that happens. Anyway, so sweaters are on the go. I have a couple of things that I'm knitting for Christmas that I can't share yet. I could, but just in case, I won't. But what I can tell you is I have been very good at not buying yarn. I have been shopping my stash. I've been just doing the best that I can with what I've got. And I have a lot of good stuff. So it's not like I'm suffering, right? Don't cry for me, yarn store owner people. I have plenty that I've been working with. But I did have the opportunity and the occasion to meet up with a new friend, Jeff. We went out to Unit here in Toronto. He reached out to me on Ravelry, I'm gonna say like a week or two ago. He discovered this channel and started going from the very beginning, which if you have, oh my God, cringe. I am so cringy in those first episodes. I feel like this one's gonna be a little cringe. but those ones are really cringy. Like, oh, here's my tea. Remember when we used to do that? It'd be like, my tea is from David's tea. And yeah, that was slay. This is more like, yay, let's slay. No, God, I'm just babbling. This is horrible. I'm just going to cut some of this. Anyway, I had this great opportunity to meet up with a new friend, Jeff. And he was looking for sweaters quantity of yarn. And I wasn't planning on buying anything, just if I saw something I would like. So I did end up buying one skein. So the yarn is Cocon, and it is actually super, super amazing. It's 100% superwash merino. I hand wound a ball of it, just because I couldn't be bothered getting the whole, getting my Swift out and the winder. I love my winder, I love my Swift, but it was one skein, it was nice and easy. So this is, the colorway is called Black Speckle. It is a DK weight. And you're like, what is this fabulous tube of just 2x2 ribbing? Well, it is the Best Beanie pattern by James Watts. And it is a really cute short beanie. I'll put in a picture somewhere around here. That all I really need sometimes is just a little something on the top of my head because I have no hair, just to keep me a little bit warmer. And most hats that I've made are like super thick and super sweaty and they're too much. So I wanted just a small one. And I thought this would be perfect for that because I couldn't decide if I wanted gray or if I wanted black. See previous comment of I'm never working with black again. And then I saw this skein and loved it. So I bought it and I'm really, really happy with it. I started this project yesterday, just watching TV, and it's like, honestly, it's flying together. I'm really excited. I have a lot of single skeins of DK that I realize now in my stash, a lot of arbor, that I can make these hats, like I can whip off as many as I want. So I might just do that. And it basically, you knit, it's a paid for pattern, so I'm not going to reveal any secrets, but you knit enough of it that it becomes nice and squishy. It's a double layer. So it's just nice on top of the hat, on top of the head. Well-written pattern, super easy, and great TV knitting. So I'm liking that for myself. What else have I been knitting? Socks. I have been knitting the 2022 Advent socks from the Cozy Knitter, my wonderful friend Christina. She did herself proud this year. I'm not going to show them because I am very, very far along. I am way further. Today is December the 4th, and I am way further along than I should be. I've got both socks. I'm doing them at the same time. Not two at a time, I'm doing them concurrently. So I have two separate needles. I have the first, I did the cuff before the first, so those were done and ready. And I've done 12 colors on each, 12 stripes. I know, I'm really far advanced on it, but I have Christmas knitting I gotta get done still, so I kind of want these for Christmas, so I'm kind of front loading and getting them done. I did the cuffs and the heels, and I will do the toes in a contrasting gray. I think it's Drops Fauble in just sort of a medium toned gray. When we get a little closer down to the end of Advent, I'll show you where we are so you can see some of the progress. So I'm going to pop the heels in those this week and hopefully get the other knitting projects done for Christmas gifting relatively quickly. That's it for the knitting content. I'm saying a lot. Told you, cringy. Maybe that'll be the episodes, like Merry Cringemas. Merry Cringemas? Yes. Okay, that's going to be it. That's the title of this episode. So, all that to say, thank you for putting up with my weirdness and my nerves, and we'll try and do this again next week. If you have anything in particular that you would like to see, drop a comment down below. I've had some requests for sort of like day in the life stuff, which I'm happy to do. I just have to remember to do it. Which when you're getting up at 5:30 in the morning and you finish work at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot, but I'm happy to try and give that a go too. So hope you are all very, very well. Know that I am well, I am happy. I am reestablishing my new normal, much like you all are. And yeah, so let's slay this season together, shall we? See you soon. So welcome to my home tour. I'm not sure how much the microphone's going to pick up, but there are sirens going off right now and elevators and God knows what. But you know what? This is what living in the city is like. So welcome to Toronto. A hallway here, which is, just a short, cute little hallway. This here is a pantry, which I'm not going to show you because it's not organized within an inch of its life, which I would prefer. There's me. Hi. This is the bathroom. Anyone who's been following me on Instagram knows that I have recently fallen in love again with Buffalo Check, which of course comes with black towels because, matchy-matchy. But if anybody has ever bought black brand new towels, they will tell you that it lints all over the place forever. It doesn't matter how good quality. These are very good quality towels. 5 or 6 washings later, they're just about done with leaving lint all over the bathroom. So yeah, have your vacuum quite handy. So that's the bathroom, just a cute little one. This is my Eames hold all, and you know what? It might as well just be called like the Wall of Sandy because it's by the lakeside, by the lakeside, by the lakeside, down there. That's an apron by the lakeside. Might as well just be the Wall of, lakeside. Bedroom, please don't look under the bed. That's just where I'm storing a bunch of like seasonal clothing and things. Bedroom's actually a lot bigger than in my last place. Floor to ceiling windows. One thing I had to get used to is there's no control over heat. This is a very old building that just got renovated before I moved in, and there's no heat control. So I gotta live with windows open for quite a while. Anyway, you'll notice again, more Buffalo Check bed sheets. There's all the fun stuff, colognes and stuff. I went for 2 dressers. You can see sort of side by side just to give myself a lot more storage. This one is more workwear, like training clothes. That one is more casual wear. So the closet, there's me again. Hi. This side is the one that y'all will be interested in. This is the yarn stash side and towels. There is my winder. That is very high-end yarn that I'll talk about a little bit later in maybe another episode. That is needle kits. I had to think for a second. At the top, this drawer is full of notions. All the different little bits and pieces that you might need along the way. Circular needles. That's sweaters quantities. This is all Brooklyn tweed. Lots and lots of sweater quantities here. This one does not have a label yet, but most of them have like a little plastic label that I've attached to all of them. And there's more longer term, bigger projects hide just down here, along with blocking wires and my Swift. Then this side is just boring. This just close. No big deal. So let's go to the living room now. Basically, it's workbooks, like for work, home stuff, cooking, knitting, and cookbooks. Then little dining area that I'm setting up to do a little bit more recording there. Just a little bar. The TV area, which is here, which, joy, of course. I have moved the knitwear ladder where it was all shawls. I put the shawls, a lot of them away because I wasn't wearing them so much. So I decided to just put my throws on there for now. Outside, a little bit of storage. There are lights around. It's daytime, so you don't see them, obviously, because they're not on. This is my knitting area. So I have Advent socks. The Fort sweater lives in here. These are random sock projects that have yet to be concluded. This is Christmas knitting for gifts that I can't talk about yet because I have not given those away. This is a project that I will talk about today. Just a quick little hat for myself. And there you go. Just a small, cute little apartment. Decided to do something a little cheeky there. Now, the kitchen, is an actual full separate kitchen. It's actually got a lot of storage in it, surprisingly. It does get quite warm in here just with the oven on. But yes, I did some meal prep earlier, so forgive the dishes. They're clean. Coffee, espresso station, everything in here. I hope this is clean. God help me if it's not. Oh, it's pretty well organized. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all, actually. Just a lot of stuff in there because I've recently been buying and stocking up on things when things have been on sale, like I'm sure most of you. There's another closet, another cupboard full of glasses, dishware, you know, that sort of stuff. Just some basic things, cutting boards, that sort of stuff. So there you go. That is the first full look and tour of my new home.